Yo, what up, what up? Welcome back. This is not a podcast. It's just my thoughts with Rob Markman. This day two, the Sony cam is still just isn't working. I ordered a new battery. I'm still on the iPhone. So if you see something different, I'm just experimenting. I'm just messing around. I put this one on cinematic. So, just see if it's a little bit better. I'm making tweaks. I'm learning. I appreciate all of y'all tips in the comments. A lot of people gave good feedback, good tips, and stuff like that. So, we just trying things out. I appreciate y'all. So we know yesterday Kendrick Lamar announced that he will be performing at Super Bowl 59 at the halftime show. That's going to be in New Orleans. So there's a lot of social chatter around that, a lot of different topics. You see the headline, so and you know me, I don't wait to the end of the video to address the question that I put in the headline, right? So there's been a lot of social chatter and a lot of people saying or stating, did Lil Wayne get robbed? And I think all things considered, for me, the answer is no. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he didn't get robbed. Lil Wayne is a GOAT. Nobody, like, one of the greatest, one of the most influential hip hop artists that we've ever seen throughout all the eras, from the beginning to now. Like, very few artists have been as influential as Lil Wayne, have had a run as long as Lil Wayne has been, just prolific as Lil Wayne. Beyond that, the effect that he's had on pop music, the outside of just hip hop, just pop music as a whole, is something that you got to applaud. And I don't think you could rob him. Like, I don't think he could be robbed. I think he's too great to be like Lil Wayne got robbed. You know what I'm saying? I think it would have been a beautiful moment to see Wayne on that Super Bowl stage in New Orleans, just because that's his hometown. He is the hometown hero. He is the biggest hip hop product out of that city. And it's a major city. I mean, we're talking about Juvenile, we're talking about Master P, we're talking about Manny Fresh, we're talking about the impact of New Orleans on hip hop is insane, let alone music. And to me, Wayne is the biggest, most influential. So to see that moment on stage would have been beautiful. Similar to how we saw Dr. Dre and Snoop last year at the Super Bowl in LA. And, there's a lot of people saying, well, the Super Bowl never picks, people who it's their hometown to perform when it's in their hometown. And people are only saying Wayne because it's Kendrick now. So, that people are just being contrary. Now, I heard rumblings. I heard people saying how dope it would be to see Wayne perform in New Orleans last year, since, after the Dr. Dre thing, there was conversation that I saw where it was like, man, it would be dope if Wayne did New Orleans. Man, Wayne got to do New Orleans. That combo didn't just pop up yesterday. That sentiment has been there for a while and it's valid. You know what I'm saying? It's not far-fetched. And so, as beautiful as that would have been, I also want to go back. Nah, you know what? As beautiful as that would have been, the fact of the matter is, the most exciting artist in hip hop right now, and possibly the most exciting artist in music right now, is Kendrick Lamar. Like, that's just a fact. Like, I'm not talking about sales. I'm not talking about, these metrics that people use, chart positioning, whatever. Like, you could say so-and-so sold more, so-and-so has better chart positioning, whatever. I'm talking about the most exciting, the most I have to tune in, the most what is he going to do, the most how is he going to raise the bar, the most everyone is going to be talking about this tomorrow. Right now is Kendrick, all right? And then if you want to talk about chart position, I mean, look, Not Like Us was number one for several weeks. There's been reports that it's now eligible, to be certified 5 times platinum by the RIAA. You have to apply for that. You have to go through almost like an audit. So, people are looking at the streams and they're like, okay, based off of these streams, it should be 5 times platinum. It's officially not 5 times platinum until you submit it to the RIAA. They count, they audit all the numbers, and then they award you that. But there are reports saying that it's eligible, to be 5 times platinum. So we'll see. No matter what, it's a successful record. Whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5 will be amazing. It may keep growing. We have to wait and see. But no doubt about it, that is the biggest rap record of 2024. the Drake Kendrick battle was the most exciting moment in music last year, right? And Not Like Us, the record has proven to have staying power once the battle is over, because the battle is over now. So, yes, the battle is part of it. It's part of that excitement. But in general, there's an excitement around what Kendrick will do on that stage, right? Will he perform Not Like Us? Will he throw a shot at Drake? Sure. But outside of the battle, we have to give Kendrick credit because he's given us some of the most amazing, unforgettable televised performances over the last several years throughout his career. Remember in 2014, we got the Untitled performance on the Colbert Report when we didn't even know what the record was and he was just going off. That was an exciting moment that all of hip hop was talking about the next day. The 2015 BET Awards with All Right, when Kendrick's performing on the cop car. That was a big moment. That was something that everybody talked about the next day. 2016 the Grammys when he did Black the Berry and he did All Right. 2018 Grammys when he opened, he did that medley of XXX, DNA, King's Dead, U2 came out, Dave Chappelle came out, plus last year's Super Bowl. It just when that spotlight is on him, when that camera is on him during those televised performances, Kendrick always gives something a little bit extra, right? So aside from anything beef related, you can bet that you're going to get something choreographed, because though he doesn't dance, right? To me, Kendrick is the best choreographed rapper in the game, especially if you went to go see the Big Steppers tour, the Mr. Morale tour. Like, he's not dancing like Chris Brown. I'm not talking about that type of choreography, but every single movement on stage, the positioning, where he has to be, how he has to, where he has to be to say this, where he has to be to say that, where that pyro is going to go off here, where the dancer is going to be over here. Like, all that movement on stage is intentional. So we're going to get choreography. We're likely going to get new arrangements to classic records, because he kind of deconstructs records on stage or doesn't perform them quite in the same way and gives us something new. A lot of times he'll give us like a new verse or a couple of new bars. And then visually, him and Dave Free just always manage to captivate us, whether it be through music video, these televised performances. So I think, and I'm pretty sure PG Lang is producing this, I'm pretty sure they're going to give Dave Free the green light to direct this or to present this visually. Just look at it every time Kendrick drops a video and we're kind of like, wow, that the direction that they take with the visuals, imagine what we'll get in the performance. So it's going to be exciting. That's what I'm saying. And again, it takes nothing away from Wayne, but in the business of the NFL, if you think about what the halftime show was, Marlon Wayans just did an interview with Shannon Sharp, where he talked about the history of the halftime show. There used to be this show called In Living Color, where during halftime at the Super Bowl, they were like, all right, we're going to steal some viewers. I remember that. I remember watching the Super Bowl, turning to In Living Color, because they did like a special In Living Color halftime special. And the next year, the NFL was like, nah, we're going to get Michael Jackson to perform. They want to make sure that you don't change that channel. They want to make sure that you keep it locked in, because aside from the game, what's the most important thing about the Super Bowl is the commercials, right? And everybody watches the commercials and really how much the commercials cost. So they can charge more from the commercials if they have a larger viewership. They can have a larger viewership by that halftime show, by putting somebody on that stage that you're not going to change the channel for, that you have to see, that you can't miss, And right now, I think Kendrick is that guy. I think, again, beef aside, I think we're going to see something. I still believe we're going to see Not Like Us perform some way, somehow, be it a snippet, the instrumental, a deconstructed version, a couple of bars. I think we're going to get some taste of Not Like Us. But outside of that, I think Kendrick is going to, knowing that big stage, they're going to find a way to elevate hip hop. Kendrick gave a quote in a press release about the announcement where he said, rap music is the most powerful genre to date, and I'll be there to remind the world why. They got the right one. I think they're up for the challenge. I think they know the world is watching. I do think the Drake thing plays into this a little bit, but ultimately I think this is bigger than Drake. Ultimately, I think he's going to make this bigger than the battle. Ultimately, I think he's going to do something to elevate hip hop, to elevate the genre, to elevate the culture. He's at least gonna try. I think that's the aim. And it's no slight to Wayne, but if we're talking about what's gonna bring in the most viewers, so the NFL can get the most ratings, so they could charge the most for ads, I think Kendrick Lamar right now is must see TV. And in these comments on social media, I seen like a lot of you don't have to put down Wayne to justify why Kendrick is getting this spot. I've seen people in the comments of the last video on social media saying Wayne can't perform. Wayne's not a great performer. Wayne, that's a lie. It's a straight, I've been to at least 6 or 7 Wayne shows in my life. Wayne is an amazing performer. Wayne has put on some amazing performances, right? And I think people take 1 or 2 social media clips where he walked off a stage, where he threw the mic, where his sound wasn't right, where he might have forgotten the lyric or two, and use that as indicative of like his whole career and just how he performs in general. And I don't think that's fair. Wayne has been a phenomenal performer. There's no doubt in my mind that with the right time and preparedness, with the right budget, and just the spirit of New Orleans behind him, I think Wayne will give an amazing performance. Like it'll be beautiful to see that. And I think we can acknowledge that while at the same time being prisoners of the moment, right? Because that's what this is. What's going on in the moment that we're in? The moment that we're in now. What is the most exciting thing that I could put on that stage for that halftime show that everybody's gonna tune in? Is Kendrick. It's Kendrick. So that's just my 2 cents on it. That's just my thoughts. I just wanted to clarify that a little bit. I spoke about that a little bit in the last video, but I wanted to expound on that because I seen that conversation taking like a bigger form. And I just wanted to give my 2 cents. And man, I can't wait. So let me know what you think, man. Hit me in the comments, man. Let's talk about it. All right. Peace.